Okay, let's finish up Demeter. Give me 1 second, dudes. And what does Ludagius mean, Shatta? What does it mean? Because I have no idea what that means. I honestly have no idea. So make the manual save here as well. Now Gaia, as long as you don't trap me in another... No. As long as you don't trap me in another main quest, we will keep this safe. I mean, we'll keep going. Otherwise, I'm definitely reloading. Definitely. Okay. Oh, not ludidicious. Ludediculous. I have no idea what that means still. Talk with them afterwards.
It is good to see you again, Aloy. I see you have recovered Demeter.
Ludicrous and ridiculous. Huh. Ludicrous, I suppose. Ludiculous.
Aloy, can you come downstairs? Beta has something you need to hear.
Okay. I'll be right down.
Aloy, I have managed to unlock additional rooms within the facility.
Got it.
It was really clear I made that up.
Hey, Gaia. It's me.
Hello, Aloy. Did you wish to continue our discussion?
Okay, we will have these questions later because it's...
So there's a few people here now, and they're learning. All about you, the ancient world. Almost like what was supposed to happen before Apollo was purged.
Yes. While the loss of the Apollo database was catastrophic, there is still much that can be gleaned from the data you have uncovered. For instance, Varl has been reviewing the last recorded entries from those who perished during the Pharaoh Plague. Hearing their hopes and fears made him quite somber.
Anything I should be worried about?
I do not believe so. I have elected not to intervene, to allow him to process this on his own terms.
That's the best way.
So the facility where I recovered Demeter used to be a Pharaoh agricultural research facility. It's where they created the biomass conversion system, but also adamantine wreath. Did Elizabeth know they were working on that?
It is likely she was briefed on other efforts to combat the machine swarm, though her focus was devoted only to Zero Dawn.
That makes sense. But they actually got the wreaths to work. If they've been able to deploy it against the Pharaoh Plague in time...
Using the data you recovered on the project, I ran several simulations and have concluded that it would never have worked. In all scenarios, the Pharaoh war machines would eventually hack and deactivate the wreaths before they could contain the swarm.
So Zero Dawn really was the only solution.
And Odyssey.
There was a lot of data in the greenhouse facility about agriculture. Do you think it'll help the Quen fix their homeland?
I will run a query. Complete. The data contains information about novel crop production methods, which may be beneficial to the tribe in the long term.
But new crops aren't going to save the world, so I guess it's on us.
It is.
When we were at the facility where we found Beta, there were records that said Far Zenith were researching embryogenesis. I know they traded their ectogenic chambers to Zero Dawn, but why were they researching it in the first place?
At this point, we can only speculate. Perhaps at one time they meant the Odyssey to be a colony ship, necessitating such technology. As their goals evolved over time, so did their areas of research.
So they got more selfish as the risks of staying on Earth kept rising. I guess I should get going.
As you say. Be well, Aloy.
Put this in. I wish this, whenever we change this would stay put rather than vanish when I leave the area.
I like this one.
I don't. It's too hot. It's not green enough. I wish it would stay around when you leave. It doesn't. Like when you pick one, it would be the theme.
So the old ones painted their faces with something called makeup, like the card show. Why? Yeah, it beats me.
It probably meant something to them, as it does to my people and the Tanakh.
I just think my face says it all as is, that's all.
That it does.
What is the new room that opened up? Not this.
Yeah, that's the stuff.
It was pretty weird talking to Beta, seeing someone who looks like me. Even though it seems like she doesn't act anything like me. Or Elizabeth, for that matter.
Circumstance makes you
Looks
who
like
you
Gaia
are.
was able to unlock that door. There's a lot of equipment in here. Gaia, what was all this for?
This room was designed for management of the facility's vast seed banks. From here, Control Center operatives would have monitored new crop rotations into the automated farmlands, now known as Plainsong.
I see.
Oh, nice. That's good to hear, yeah. It's actually good to hear, yeah.
According to this console, there are still thousands of plant samples stored deep below the facility. I could ask Gaia about them the next time I talk to her.
I've been tackling the design of the Ag Lab. Place is gonna have a lot of seed stock to work with. My favorite? Sample 626. Calotropis gigantea. The crown flower. We used to have one in our backyard. Butterflies always fluttering around. Every morning, August would run out there to check under the leaves. See if any caterpillars had turned into chrysalises. Now, I'd like to imagine that the future will be filled with them.
So 626 is part of the code. Okay. 626 is part of the code. So I probably have to unlock the ether to do the other half, figure out the other half. Okay. Well, what does Beta have to say?
I don't think that door had power before, but looks like it's malfunctioning. Looks like some kind of maintenance space. I wonder where this leads. Cells? Huh.
Oh yeah. We found a secret.
That did it.
Aloy? A bunch of lights just turned on up here? Was that you?
Oh. Huh. Yeah, I guess it was.
Wait, what happened there? Okay, we'll explore what happened there in a bit. So I want to see if I missed any logs. Nope, doesn't look like it. Yep, does not look like it.
Hi! Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
She found that recording from the data on your focus. She's been watching it a lot. I think it helps calm her.
You know, I used to watch this a lot too. Whenever I wanted to take my mind off things.
Daddy sure does love his little big...
But there's something you need to tell me?
While you were gone, I came down here to check on her. Then we started talking. Right, Beta? She's been thinking about how to capture Hephaestus, studying the data Gaia gave her. But we started talking about some other stuff. You know, just getting to know each other, right? And then she told me that one of the Zeniths might be different from the others.
Tilda. You saw her at the Hades Proving Lab.
Go on.
On the way to Earth, the Zeniths never showed their faces. My servitor caretaker referred to them as my benefactors, and promised I'd meet them someday. when I had learned enough.
And then?
One day, a data channel opened in my training interface. In it, Tilda was waiting for me. In a virtual replica of a house on a cliff, overlooking the ocean. It was beautiful. She showed me paintings, books, media files. We met there in secret many times. But a few months later, it stopped.
Can you tell us why, Beta?
I found some data about Tilda at the Hades Proving Lab. I think she was the liaison between Far Zenith and Zero Dawn. She knew Elizabeth Sobek, that's for sure.
Oh,
Maybe that's why she reached out to you?
Yes. I now remember who Tilda was. Tilda was the one, the final person after Far Zenith tried to steal Apollo. Well, under the guise of getting Apollo, while Far Zenith tried to put someone in place and steal all of Gaia. And when what's his name, Tate just put a logic bomb in all of Far Zenith's plans. Tilda was the one to, and when Elizabeth rejected to give Far Zenith because of the trying to just like do the corporate espionage thing and steal Gaia. Tilda was the one that the last person to beg Elizabeth Sobek to give a copy of Apollo, and Elizabeth did just for her, just because of her. That's why.
What else can you tell us about Tilda?
That's her. That's how I remember her.
Like to talk about her paintings. What about herself? Did she ever talk about her life on Earth, how she joined the Zeniths, something like that?
Kinda is, isn't it?
About herself, and she hated it when I asked too many questions. But I think back on Earth, she was an expert programmer, given that she built a data channel the other Zeniths couldn't detect.
Is there anything else about her that we might be able to use to our advantage?
She was the first real person who ever bothered to speak to me. I wasn't really assessing her for strengths and weaknesses.
You said that Tilda reached out to you using a data channel?
Well,
It appeared in my training interface as another assignment. When I opened it, there were a series...
more than grooming, I think it's more that Elizabeth and Tilda used to be friends, like good friends. I think something like that is mentioned in that letter. So I'm thinking maybe not grooming to become another replace Elizabeth. It might be just that she missed her friend. And that she was trying to make a connection with the Elizabeth clone to see if she can have another friendship with Elizabeth. That's what I'm thinking. Now that I think about it, I don't think it's particularly grooming. Maybe not. But it might be just like she's reaching out to another human and a long lost friend. I think that's what was in her mind. Maybe.
Intermittent glitches. I realized they formed a transpositional cipher. Instructions on how to open up a new virtual space. When I entered it, my training interface disappeared. Instead of the usual holographic teachers and files, I was in a perfect recreation of her home.
And you're sure the other Zeniths never knew about it?
To them, it looked like I was still in training. Toiling away. Alone.
So this secret virtual space looked like a house with an ocean view?
I could see whitecaps and hear waves crashing on rocks below. And there were gulls occupying outside. Inside, Tilda had frames that showed off her favorite paintings, changing at intervals to match the light. There was an armchair she liked. She'd sit there and gaze outside while I looked through her things. We spent hours in that house. I never wanted to leave.
I just noticed on beta the small details, right? Her fingernail is usually, I mean, it's easy to just put one set of fingernails, right? Just copy and replace them for every character, like just like perfect set of fingernails for everything and everything. I just noticed Beta's hand and her fingernails, and they are actually not well kept fingernails, and there's like growing from one side, like gnawing and everything. Small details. We're gonna find the ruins of the OG house. We might.
Paintings and let you access files. Every time we met, she showed me a new painting. I think she was Dutch.
Hey.
The pieces were from their golden age in the 1600s. Portraits, allegories, ships at sea. She had so many.
Did it interest you?
I liked her media portal. It had so much more than my training interface. Clips, shows, holos. My favorite was this one called Second Time Around, about a family whose kid comes back after disappearing during the Hot Zone crisis.
Right, but did this portal have anything about the Zeniths themselves?
Come on,
Anything
Aloy.
we can use?
No. Any information about them was redacted.
Give Beta a chance, like talk with her, sit down and talk to her.
So Tilda set up a secret virtual space where she could talk to you, a house on a cliff.
She's basically
Then
a
later,
twin.
She cut you off. But other than the fact that Tilda knew Elizabeth, you don't know why she did those things?
I don't! Okay? I thought of every possible reason that would make her leave, but whatever I did wrong, I don't know what it is. When I finally met the others, she ignored me. Acted like the data channel never existed. None of this even matters. Tilda's the same as the others. It won't help us defeat them.
Okay. Let's leave it at that then.
Aloy is treating her like a child.
I'm trying, Varl. But she is tough to take. I'm out there in the wilds, risking my life every day, and all she can do is hide in there and tell us how hopeless it all is. I'm sorry, she's had a rough time, but she is really not helping right now.
You always seem to be on top of everything, so I sometimes forget about what you've been through. I mean, it wasn't that long ago you were so banged up you couldn't even walk. About that. When I pulled you out of the water back near the proving lab, you were muttering Rost's name. You never talk about him. But he raised you, trained you. You must miss him a lot.
Of course I do. But I don't have time to think about that now. I need to get back out there.
Okay. I'll keep working with Beta. Gaia says she knows a lot about
Wall is the counselor.
And maybe she just needs some time to adjust, and then she can help us with Hephaestus.
Sure. But I won't hold my breath. There we go. More data for the dome.
Man, Aloy can be so cold. Machine strike with Erend? Really?
Pam, look, pata.
It's a little loud, Erend.
I know. It makes you want to punch something. More like someone. Well, you're the one that helped me find it. People make mistakes.
I would love to know what Erend is listening to, because that doesn't sound good. it reminds me actually, Pom Pom is from Cyberpunk. That's what it reminds me of. Anyways, dudes, I'm gonna call it a day here. I went way over time than I should. I need to go get some sleep. So, ding 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 ding. So we didn't get locked into a quest at least. Hold on. Hold it. Hold it. Huh. It used to be so, it used to be that, really, it used to be that you could directly delete messages from OBS chat. But it looks like with the new update, it was taken out. I wonder why. That was such a good feature. I can't delete messages from OBS anymore. And it's not mod chat either yeah, it's not even mod chat. Shabda, can you type something? Shabda or Latinting, either one. Type just something. I want to see something. Yeah, it's not mod chat. Yeah, what? It is not mod chat. Huh. Oh, now it's there. Okay. Oh, it just reset my chat. Okay, now I can. Alright, perfect. Okay, now there we go. Okay. I just had to get chat back.
Plugging in that
New.
power cell.
Okay. It was just the viewer chat that I had, not mod chat. Mod chat in the sense that the mod version of the chat, sorry. Excuse me. Alright. Okay, like I was saying, I am gonna call it there tonight. Come on, go on. Sorry, I had to do this. Okay, there we go.
Downstairs must have turned on these holograms.
What holograms? Oh, these. They don't even say anything.
I wonder what it's like being in space.
It sounds very lonely, if you ask me.
One last thing before I head out. Huh, I'm missing... I'm missing a data point. Oh, here it is. Here it is. This is the original one.
The deal's off, Tilda. Zero Dawn got its ectogenic chambers. Far Zenith needs the Apollo database. There's no reason this incident...
You tried to steal Gaia.
I had nothing to do with it. And you punished those responsible. Your logic bomb has them scrambling to restore vital systems.
I'm really supposed to believe that you knew nothing about this?
Please, Liz. Humanity's chances are slim as is. You may not approve of our plan. But what if we're the only ones to survive? Don't you want us to have Apollo to remember our common past, our mistakes? I'm begging you.
Fine. You'll get your copy of Apollo.
Thank you. Let's speak again before...
Goodbye, Tilda. Enough now. Time to let go.
There was something between... I think... Friends? I think they were friends. I think they were close friends that just fell apart or something. Tilda and Elizabeth. That's my guess if I had to take. Yeah. That's what I wanted. That's the one that I wanted to that's the one that I remember. That's the only other reference to Tilda. Okay, dudes. I've stayed I've stayed far longer than I expected. Okay, I need to head out. I do need to head out. Let me save. Then okay, guys, thank you so much for hanging around for that Horizon Forbidden West stuff. I hope you guys had fun.